Okay, so transformations. Y'all, so what I wanted to do real quick is just talk through, I'm going to make some a coordinate plane real quick, and then just talk through 3 different types of transformations. And we're going to use a triangle. Let's make it blue. I'm going to use this triangle right here. Let's call this triangle. Alex, can you give me 3 letters? Any 3 letters. Is Alex still there? I think Alex left.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to think of some letters.
Oh, no worries,
Sorry.
no worries. Any 3 letters.
All right. How about AZL? How about A, Z, and L?
A, Z, L. Perfect. Okay, so that's triangle AZL. Boom, lovely. Okay, so there are 3 different types of transformations. So the first type, y'all, is called a translation. And a translation, the easiest way to think about a translation is just a slide. So it's when you take our triangle AZL here and you just like literally just like boop, you're sliding it to the left or to the right, or you're sliding it up and down. So it's just a simple slide. So you're basically taking all of the points and you're moving them the same distance. So for example, if I said, hey, let's take AZL and translate it down 3 units, that means what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to each one of these. Actually, let's use 4 units since my triangle is, let's go down 4 units. So I'm going to take each one of these points and I'm going to go down just, that's 4. So that's where my new A is going to be. Right there. And since it's a new A, I'm going to call it A, and I'm going to put a little apostrophe there, and that's called A prime. Then I'm going to do the same thing with Z. So I'm going to go 4 points. So there's my new Z down there, and that's going to be called Z prime. And then same thing with L. That's going to go right there, and that's going to be L prime. And then, y'all, I can just connect those points, and holy cow, that is my new triangle. Just the whole thing slid down 4 units. So that's a translation, right? Simples. Okay, the next type of, let's go red. The next type of transformation is a reflection. Let me get over here, reflection. And a reflection, y'all, is just like a flip or a mirror. So if you're taking a shape, you just want to flip it over to another side, over a line or something. So let's say we wanted to reflect across the y-axis. So reflecting, excuse me, reflecting across the y-axis.
Bless you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go back to this original triangle AZL, and I'm gonna reflect across the y-axis, right? And so the y-axis is the up and down one, right? This one right here, that's the y-axis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat the y-axis as a mirror. So I'm going to put the triangle exactly the same on the other side, just a mirror reflection on the other side. So let's do that real quick. So A is 2 units away from the y-axis that way. So that means I'm going to go 2 units away from the y-axis the other way. And that's going to be my new A. And I'm going to put 2 little apostrophes. So we call that A double prime or A prime prime. And then I'm going to do the same thing for Z. Here's Z down here. It's 2 units away from the y-axis. So I'm just going to go 2 units the other way. It's a mirror image. It's going to look like that. And then L, let's find L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units away on the other side. That's L prime prime. Let's connect our new points. Let me erase my counting lines. Boom, y'all, that right there is a reflection of triangle AZL. So it's a perfect mirror image. So you can tell it's not a slide because if I took this original triangle and I slid it over here, it wouldn't line up with that. Whereas if I took my original triangle and slid it down here, it would line up perfectly. But if I flipped this, I can't flip it with my fancy, I can't flip it. But if I flipped it over, it would land right on top of that, okay? All right, perfect. Okay, now the last type of transformation. Let's see, should we go, let's go blue. Oh, our original was blue. Let's go green.
Purple.
I already did purple. The translation was purple.
Oh, never
No,
mind then.
so many colors. So the last type of transformation is a rotation. And this is just a turn, right? So we're turning our shape around. Now, y'all, this is a little, I'm going to say, this is a little difficult because if we were in class right now, I would be passing out a bunch of tracing paper so that y'all could turn on the tracing paper, because this one's a little hard to do without being able to visualize the turn.
I just used grid paper.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you can totally do that. But what I'm basically doing is I'm taking the shape and I'm rotating it around the graph, like, oh, like that, right? So it's turning, oops, I made it a little too big. It's turning all the way around the graph. So let me give you kind of a little example down here.
All right.
If I had, let's see, here's a little rotation example down here. So if I had a dot, and then let's connect to that dot, let's make that a straight line, good. Let's make that, I don't know, make a little box, yay. Okay, so if I had that, and I had a coordinate plane, make a straight line, good, good, good. If I took this original little, I don't know, it looks like a lollipop. If I took that and I rotated it all, oh, yep, if I rotated it, Lindsay, Ray, turn it all the way around the circle and back. So let me draw what I just did. I took that and I rotated it all the way around the circle. How many degrees was that? How many degrees are in a circle?
360 degrees.
Exactly right. That was 360 degrees is all the way around the circle, right? So let me ask you this. What if I took this shape and I rotated it, and I stopped right here? So let me draw the original back up here where it was. So that's the original. So what I did now is I didn't go all the way around the circle. I went from here to here. So how much of the circle is that?
I believe it was 120.
So close, Grace, you're so close. It's half of a circle.
180 degrees.
Really close. It's 180, yeah. So that was 180 degrees, right? So it's halfway around the graph, right? And then the other thing that I could do, let me do this. Oh, here, no, Gracie, now it's not a good time. Okay, okay, that's my okay, if I took this and I rotated it, and I stopped right here, let me go back and draw the original in where the original was. So if I stopped right there, y'all, I didn't go all the way around the circle. I didn't even go halfway around the circle. I just went a quarter way around the circle. So how many degrees was that? That's half of the 80. How many degrees is that?
90 degrees.
Oh yeah, good job, y'all. And in fact, if I measured this angle right here between these two lines, this angle right here, it is a 90-degree angle. What? Let's see. Oh my gosh, that looks kind of like a baseball diamond now that I look at it. Okay.
It does.
So that is what rotation is. So here's the thing. Since y'all don't have, oh my gosh, Gracie, you're being a turd muffin. Since y'all don't have tracing paper at home, and I don't know who has graph paper at home, what I'm going to ask y'all to do for rotation, I'm not going to actually ask you to rotate a shape. I'm just going to ask you to identify, to like look at a shape on a graph and say, oh, that shape has been rotated 180 degrees, or that shape has been rotated 90 degrees or something like that. So that's what I want you to be able to do. So let's rotate our, let's rotate our AZL shape, AZL triangle. And I'm going to use the powers of the iPad and just copy that guy and then paste it. Where'd it paste to? Where'd it paste to? don't know where it pasted to.
Just paste it.
Paste. There we go. And so I'm going to take that from here and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So it's going to end up right there. Oopsie. Now, hilarious. All my letters turned upside down. Do y'all see that?
Aw.
Oops. So let me turn. That was an A.
Except for the Z,
I
obviously.
know. Apparently a Z is the same right side up as upside down. Who knew? Now we know. And let me make
Mind blown.
and I'm going to put 3 primes on that since that's our rotation. Okay, so if you saw this on a graph, y'all, what I would want you to do is be able to tell me, hey, Miss Ray, that green one was rotated around the origin, right? Oops, it's off the origin. Do you see that? I need to move it a little right there. So I want you to be able to tell me, Miss Ray, that green shape was rotated around the origin, where the purple shape, that was translated, because I can slide right down on top of that, but I can't slide over to that, and I can't slide over to this one. That doesn't work at all. So the purple one was the only one that was translated, and then I can say the red one I know for a fact was reflected, because it's a mirror, right? I turned things, it's flipped. Everything is flipped, right? The L used to be on this side, and now it's on this side. So it's a mirror image. And then I know that this is a rotation because everything is turned around, right? I took this whole thing and I rotated it around. The things that students tend to get mixed up are rotations and reflections. So just make sure that you're thinking, okay, is that a flip? Is that a mirror? Or did I turn to get to there? Okay, any questions on that? That's really all I wanted to, oh golly, all I wanted to say about transformations. Any questions?
Not from me, sorry.
All right, no, that's right. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop.